given where we are in terms of the pandemic that we're all living through, we know that having a paperless process is really the safest way to go. So we are so excited. Right now, because we're starting it right now in October into early November, this will affect the year-end performance review process for staff. If you if you are faculty or you oversee faculty, we're going to be rolling this out for faculty in 2021 in time for your process next summer. So by the end of this academic year, the entire university will be using Paycom for their online performance review process. So I just wanted to welcome you all. I'm doing the easy part. I'm giving the rah rah and then turning it over to Terry and her team to really show you how it works. But I just wanted to sort of encourage you all that the fact that you're logged in and wanting to get knowledgeable about this is really good. Um, this is going to work really well. Having said that, we know that anytime you introduce a new process or a new aspect of a system, there's always something that's not quite what we expected. Know that we anticipate that. We know that that will happen, not to worry. At the end of the day, we're all going to get through this changeover in our process and it's going to be fine. Just know that your responsibility as a leader is to make sure that your people know that they're going to go online to do this. They're going to do everything they've always done, which is assess themselves, but instead of printing it and bringing it to you or emailing it to you, they're going to hit submit. So without further ado, I'm going to turn it over to Terry Antoine, whose name has not changed, so my brain doesn't get too confused. Our director of HR. This is her project. This is her baby. She's really been making this happen, and I'm grateful to her for making it happen. And Terry, take it away.
So yes, as Jean mentioned, our goal is to make this a smooth and comfortable transition. The other thing that is exciting to me is that we have one location. Many things we're putting on Paycom, so it makes us easy to have a one-stop shop. So hopefully you guys will be just excited as we are as the HR team, knowing that, as Jean mentioned, this is one of the goals that we've had for many years, and it is now here. So welcome, happy, and good reviews for 2020. We're going to make the best of 2020, everybody. So in addition to today's training, Megan and myself and the team will also provide you with other resources and tools. And so, again, that will help the process. And as always, Megan and I are a phone call away and an email away. So, and Jean White as well. So when you guys need us or you get to a point where you say, oh, I don't remember that, you will have some handouts that we're going to email to you. So you have that as a resource. But also know that, as we all know, we like to smile and hear your voices, so we're a phone call away. So some of the important dates that I want to share with you, we're also going to send you this in writing, so those who don't have a pen and paper, don't panic. We are going to have it live for our employees on Monday, November 9th. That will go through Friday, November 27th. So the good thing about that is, if you start your performance eval, let's say on Tuesday the 10th, things come up, you can't finish it, know that you can always go back. It'll bring you to where you left off, and you can continue your performance eval. So don't panic like, I got to, set aside 8 hours and sit down and get this thing done. It's just like you did when you did it previously. You could stop and then pick back up. The thing we want to remember is that when you are doing your performance eval, you want to also consider giving your managers time to set up that schedule to have the sit-down meeting so that the two of you can go on your self-eval as well as your manager's eval of you. And so when you're doing that, those dates of November 9 and November 27, you want to take in consideration that there's also going to be a sit down. Or for this purpose, is probably a virtual. And so the managers will be able to go live effective Monday, November 23rd through Friday, December 4th. So what that means to employees is at some point, in some cases sooner, but in most cases between that November 23 and Friday the 4th, there will be your overview of your review for 2020. It is important as managers that you communicate with your team when you would like for them to have the self-eval to you. So just like we've done in the past, that remains the same. So just make sure that you are in communication with your team to say, hey, dates that we want to start doing our virtual overviews of your review. So that then helps the employee to know that, okay, there's a time frame and I need to get this done. And then once they are live, managers, you will receive a notification that says your employee has started their performance eval. Then the employee is going to get that eval over to you. And then you will get a notification for the next steps. The most important thing about this is, now that we're doing it on the Paycom system, for managers, once you've had the talk, everything is set in place, you must hit that submit button when everything is final. When there's no more edits, no more changes, everything is final. If you don't hit that submit button, it does not go to your VP. So it's important that you hit that submit button at the end. It goes to your VP. They then forward it over to Human Resources. Again, you'll have all of this in writing, but I want to make sure that I share those dates with you. Those dates are most important for now. Again, we'll be reaching out. If you need us, give us a call, send us an email. I'm now going to turn it over to wonderful Megan Murphy.
Thank you, Terry. So when the employee logs into their employee self-service account, this is the page that they'll come to. When the review goes live on November 9th, the employee will receive an email notification as well as a bell notification within their Paycom account. As you can see here where my mouse is hovering, they can click the bell notification and it'll inform them that a performance review is ready. It says open for review. They also can click into the performance tab. When the tab drops down, they'll be able to see, they can click in performance review. They also have the option to click in here where it says performance review as well. So I'll click in the performance reviews. You'll be able to see that this is the page where they have an active review. When the employee signs in, their review will say performance evaluation 2020. I have mine set to test just because I'm showing you the test of the review. There's the self-assessment dates. This is where the employee will see the period in which they have to complete their assessment. The employee also will be able to see the time frame which the manager has to complete their side of the assessment, or their review, I should say. From here, they're going to click Complete Review. So this is where the evaluation will be completed. It says Performance Review. The employee's name will be shown here. There's the rating scale. So when you click in on the rating scale, it'll show you they're being rated on a scale of 1 to 5. It will also give them rounding rules, so they know if they're doing 4.5 to 5, things of that nature. The employee does have the option to print the review if they would like, if that's easier for them, and it'll just print out. The first portion of the performance evaluation will be the competencies. Just like years past, the competencies have not changed. It's the same format. It is just now on the Paycom platform. So for instance, job knowledge, they can click into the proficiency level and it'll show them the rating scale again. But here you'll be able to have a description. The employee will understand what they're rating themselves on and how they're being rated. Then the employee is going to rate themselves. It'll show them the weight. Once you complete your side of the review and review it with the employee, your rating will also appear here. The employee has the option as well to leave any additional notes regarding their self-rating. So I'm going to scroll down, but you'll see all the competencies are here. Once they finish rating themselves on the competencies, they will have a section where they can leave any additional notes or comments regarding anything that they want you to know. Once the competencies are complete, they will go into the open-ended questions. It'll say 2020 performance review, and then it'll ask the question. Once the employee finishes the competency ratings, they're going to go into open-ended questions. As you can see, it says 2020 performance review, and then it asks the employee the question. This is where the employee is going to answer. This portion is not optional. The employee will need to leave an answer for them to submit for final approval. And again, the questions are the same as years past. So the employee will go in and answer those accordingly. Once finished with the open-ended questions, it'll show the overall score, the total weight, self-rating, and then the manager's rating once, as I had mentioned, once you complete your portion and share it with the employee. The employee has the option to leave any additional notes or comments regarding the review that they would like you to know. There's also a section to add any additional documents. So if they have anything that they want to share with you from the year, they can upload any files they would like. If the employee does not have time to finish the review in one sitting, there is the option to save changes. When they save the review, they can come back to it at a later date. This will not, managers can't see while the review is in progress. The only time the manager can see the review is once they hit final approval. So if they go in, change the rating, or make additional comments, that's not going to be able to be viewed by the manager. Once they're ready to submit, they're going to sign their name and date. It's very important that the employee signs their name exactly as they see it displayed here. So for instance, Megan Murphy is in all caps. So I've signed it Megan Murphy in all caps. They'll date it, and then they will send for final approval. Once the review has been submitted, it will switch over into completed reviews, and they'll be able to view the performance evaluation at any time throughout the year. As we continue to use Paycom and use the performance evaluation for years to come, the reviews from previous years will stay, and they'll be able to go in and view them at any time to kind of see their growth. They also, again, can print from this screen as well. They'll be able to print the review out also. Another function I want to review is the employee note section. This is open to employees throughout the year. So if they have anything they want to just put into the note section as a reminder of something that they accomplished or something they want to share with you, this is where they'll be able to do that. They'll be able to add the note, the description. They can put the date if they want, and then write the note. Then they would add that. They also can edit notes at any time or delete them if they don't want them anymore. Employee notes are private, so managers won't be able to see any of the notes that the employees are adding into the Paycom account. So once the employee submits the review, the manager will receive an email as well as a notification within Paycom. So open reviews, mine was in red because I just submitted it. It says Megan Murphy, goes over the review. Again, yours won't say test, it's going to say performance evaluation 2020. It'll let you know it's in progress and that it's waiting on, for instance, my manager, so it's waiting on Terry. And then for managed performance reviews, you'll be able to see again that I am the employee that needs to be reviewed. If you click into the employee's name, this is where you'll see the manager's review. So just similar to the employee side, you'll be able to view the rating scale. It'll show you the rounding rules. And then you also have an option to do a printable version as well. You'll be able to see the employee's information. So you'll see their name, their position, and then again, the scale that they're rated on. So the competencies will be the same. As mentioned, you will be able to see how the employee rated themselves. It also will show you any notes that or comments they had left for you. You're going to go in as the manager and rate the employee, and then you also can leave additional notes or comments back to them. This portion is optional. If you don't want to leave notes, you don't have to. And then I just want to show you as well, view proficiency levels. You'll also be able to see the description and what each rating means. So I'm going to keep scrolling, but you'll see all the different competencies. Once you complete the competencies, you'll be prompted to answer open-ended questions. So you'll see here question name, and then you can answer here. This section you will need to leave an answer. You'll have to write something in or else it won't let you submit. Once you complete the open-ended questions, it'll show you the total weight, how the employee had rated themselves for the self-rating, and then the overall score. You can add any additional notes that you would like to share with the employee. You'll be able to see when the employee signed off on their review. And then you also have the option to upload any documents you would like to share with the employee or to keep private. So throughout the year, if you have documents that you know you're going to want to reference come review time, you can upload them privately and then reference them during review time. And then you can share them publicly if you want, or you can just make them public. That'll be your call. Just like on the employee side, if you don't have time to finish the review and need to come back to it, you'll just hit Save Changes. The employee will not be notified that you are working on the review or you had put in any notes in, so that won't get sent to them until you send to next level or submit for final approve. The way Paycom is set up as well, if you hit Send to Next Level, this will show the tiers within your department. So it'll have a drop down here and it'll show you who you should be sending it next to. So for instance, I would approve and then I would send to Terry. And then I can leave any notes for Terry regarding the review that I'm sending. Once you're ready to submit, there is a drop down and submit an email. We recommend that you click on that, not just submit. That this way, whoever is reviewing the evaluation next will receive an email notification letting them know that the review has been complete. So then we'll submit an email. So from here, the review, no actions needed because you already completed it. It'll let you know that there is an open review in progress. It'll let you know who it's waiting on and who it was sent to. So once Terry goes in and then does the final approval of the review, it'll let you know here that it's complete. It won't say in progress anymore. So once all your reviews are complete, they'll get sent off to the next level. And then you will have the option to sit down and review the performance evaluation with the employees. If you have any trouble or any questions while doing the reviews, please reach out to either Terry, Antoine, or myself, and we can help assist you. Also, just because it is a new system and we're switching over to Paycom, if you do notice any discrepancies within your employees listed, please let one of us know and we can update that for you as well.